hard to hear at first. Couldn't understand what you saying.
This fuck I'm a face. We don't need
Nothing about feeding.
Jesus gave us a brain. He gave us a
Somebody
heart.
with some common sense. Step out, bang, put it back.
That's all you need.
Step out, bang, put it back.
So
Step out, bang,
if you
bang, put it back.
concentrate
Step
on
out.
what
Being all
you
rich and
don't
proud.
have, you forget
She
about
cared
what
about
you
the
do
fact that
have.
she
Hallelujah.
You owe it to yourself.
I can't play
Good at
football
something
and
to
be a
pursue
model.
it. She can. I mean, look, Tyra Banks. She's a model, talk show host. She even did an album.
Can't play football and be a model.
She can. I mean, look.
There's greatness in you.
Because if you knock down all 3 of those cans, I'll take you to the diner and buy you a grilled cheese, and I won't cook dinner.
Hallelujah. Let's do it.
Five straight victories.
Nobody's prouder of this football team.
I know. Look outside there.
Yes, sir. Let me hear you say, I believe. I believe.
But the people in the news, they're only gonna see a run-down, dirty road.
That's true.
At the very least, we can fix up our main drag. Now, can't we?
How we supposed to do that, Rev? You know this town ain't got no money.
And I used to hand them the
Ain't
ball.
all about the money.
Act like I've been there
Look here.
before.
The one.
And that's what we're gonna do on this team. We're gonna act like we've been there before. We're gonna have some class, we're gonna have some sportsmanship.
I can sing like Drake, so I ain't gonna sing. But we got another couple of seconds before I can talk.
They have a lot of. We got the heart.
Oh yeah, I was jamming. How y'all doing today?
Ain't
How y'all
quite
doing?
got the pocketbook.
I had fun at the rally.
1, 2, 3,
I think that the city cut the mics off, so I wasn't able to be a part of the streaming. Me and Miss Angela wasn't able to be a part of the streaming, but we were able to still get our message out.
Lost. Baby, we did not lose, we won. Honey, did you look around?
I will
Look at this town.
I'm gonna be messing around with my video and editing it a little bit, and then I'll post mine. Let's see. Salute, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, boy, look at here. It was cold up here in DC. It's a lot of standing. I met some cool brothers. Shout out to BG Knockout or DJ Knockout. I met him for a brief second. But boy, look here. I was tired from all that standing and interviewing. The old Busty Bus was beat. So, well, some heck of a football games that came on, though. Man. They tell you it's supposed to be people's house. Oh, man. I don't know about no people's house, but they told us the power was out. So we did what we could do. It was some loyal fans in the audience that stayed to hear myself, Miss Angela, and a few of the other speakers that was waiting. So, you know, we did what we could do, and we said what we could say on the little microphone. But a lot of people left, but that was out of our hands. Sino Man. What's Sino Man about? Yeah, I ain't getting caught up in listening to you to the chat talking about somebody mad and somebody ain't. Cause I be noticing, boy, some of these chats be causing these dudes to jump off a cliff and beef for no reason. I got a YouTuber talking about me I ain't never said nothing about. But it's all good though, you know. It's all good. But who this is? What's up, Kwame? What's up, Takar? What's up? Salute, Takar. Hey, bro. Who else we got in here? Will Jordan. Queen Regina in the house, always. Miss Chan C. Queen Pookie. How you say that? Queen Pookie. That's who that is. Ain't nothing. You know where I'm at. I'm in Virginia, so you know the sour is on deck. Yes. True Essence. Leave me alone. I told you, you on timeout for 3 more days. You doing good. Shut up, boy. How you doing, True Essence? Thank you. He on punishment for 3 more days. Yes, Lord. 3 more days he on punishment. Been talking too much all weekend, just meeting people, just talking. This side right here just been talking. They say I'm crazy, so this side been talking too much. I've been listening to this side, just straight and narrow. I ain't trying to do all that. Yeah. 3 more days punishment for this side. And then I might have to unleash the dragon. But let me stop playing. I ain't no mess. I'm just saying, y'all know, everybody, is it just me or everybody be trying to act all good? If everybody all good, then, okay, all right, you know what? Let me bite the apple and let me listen to y'all. Everybody all good. Everybody nice and shit. Okay. So let's go down this rabbit hole of everybody. AK. And London medical staff protested mandate, and the government are now reconsidering. Keep fighting, Kwame and Angela. People are listening. Shout out to you, AK. I'm gonna have to come over to London. AK, if I come over to London, I'm telling you now, don't you make me. I don't know how y'all talk, but if I come over to London, 3 more days. Hey, shut up, boy. 3 more days. 3 more days. I would say, April, I got a message for you in 3 days. Hey, boy, how can I become a bus? Not the Stephen A. Smith kind. Hey, man, you just do what you're going to do. Stomp when you walk. Get you some goddamn money and some land. And give respect. Lead with respect. But when you see any disrespect, you handle it how you see fit, you know. Simple. That's simple, you know. Stomp around this motherfucker. Get the respect that these white boys get when they go from city to city and they don't check in and they don't bother nobody. Nobody don't bother them. Oh, Lord have mercy. What you say? Huh? Now, see, this side, he talking about, man, she's so bad, you might want to just goddamn on listen to that side a little bit. You know what? Both of y'all leave me alone. 3 days for you, 1 day for you. Okay, that's how we gonna do this. Well, you got the other side said, hold on now, dog. Look at him. He said, hold up. I might agree with this nigga over here this time. Man, I'm talking about man. Look here, I'm early on in this YouTube stuff, but I know these guys jealous because you ladies, boy, y'all some beautiful ladies in this chat. I just want to say that y'all some beautiful ladies in this chat, and I've been a gentleman to you all. But boy, look at here. Goodness, more Christmas. Y'all better leave me alone. My son, DJ Knock, is still calling you, what do you say? Gigantor, laugh out loud. Good meet you, fella. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah, boy, I came back here, you know, D.C., Virginia. Y'all got that nice sour diesel up here, boy. So, hey, I got on that diesel and I went on, I went on the Lions, Tigers, and Bears, La La Land. Got me some good rest. I should have never said that on YouTube. I should have never said that. Never. Got more trouble than a little bit. Messing around with y'all. Just telling the truth. Hey, but listen here. Let's get into this. I'm going to open up the lines after we play this video. Bruce, not Bruce. I apologize. We have to call a person what they want to be called. Caitlyn Jenner spoke about a situation and a topic that is an interesting topic. It's a topic that most people are afraid to touch because they don't want to upset people, because if you upset certain groups, you can get in trouble. And so many YouTubers now are saying that I developed some sort of go along, get along game. They now are trying to take a word or a phrase that I created, and now they're trying to reshape the understanding of the word that I didn't necessarily even tell them what it was, but I've said it in bits and pieces. So the smart people get it, but the other people that don't get it, now they're trying to rebrand it and say the go along, get along gang is everyone who agrees with Kwame. No, that's actually not the go along, get along gang. The go along, get along gang forces you to agree. The go along, get along gang has company policy. The go along, get along gang has the airwaves that they can just label misinformation. The go along, get along gang controls every facet of life, and they can cut off any source of income that you may or may not think you have coming. Nobody on YouTube that just agrees with me have those powers and those capabilities. The go along, get along gang can put false charges on you. The go along, get along gang can have you hurt in real life. So just for YouTubers to now start saying that because other YouTubers may agree with the way I think, that now they're sucking D words, or one YouTuber said that I want him to kiss my, you know what, just because people didn't agree with him. I never said nothing about this guy, but all of a sudden, I guess I'm public enemy number one. And that's all good. That's okay. That's fine with me. It's okay to disagree. Everybody's trying to paint this picture that I'm this angry, crazy son of a murderer, but I seem to be the most logical out of my detractors. My detractors want people to all be a group think. If Mr. Skinny feels some way, even though I say I don't agree, I guess I have the power over Mr. Skinny, and I'm a bust at the same time. It's kind of confusing. Every time something go on, their narrative change. 1 minute I'm broke as hell, a failed basketball player. Next minute I'm rich. I'm giving out $500, paying everybody to go against everybody. I mean, I just can't keep up at this point. So many reasons and rhymes and reason why another man don't like me or another woman don't like me. I'm hearing other men saying, I don't like you because you called Gilbert a bitch. Well, I wasn't talking to you. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas? You niggas putting yourself in place of Gilbert? Maybe I know something you don't know. Maybe the guys that you hang with, if they saw you have noodle knees like I saw this nigga, they would say you a bitch. So when you know a person personally, and I keep saying, I know this nigga. When you know a nigga personally, that you put yourself on the line for and the nigga call you a bodyguard, that's a bitch in my opinion. And I didn't argue that with nobody. But so many men have been in my DMs and in my chat box and in my Instagram, but I don't like the way you talk to Gilbert. And as I sit back and I think about it, the only words that come to my mind is, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I can think of. I wasn't talking to you. I don't know how to process no other way of, I'm not sorry that offends you, that I was talking to a whole nother man and that bothered you. I don't get it. So that's outside my realm of thinking. So maybe I'm dumb and I'll be considered dumb. I'll be dumb to the dumb. But I just can't understand why me calling another man a bitch for saying that I wasn't no man, and I watched this nigga have noodle knees. So I came in with the energy that he gave off. And I don't know why it bothers some of you niggas so much. But the only damn thing I can keep thinking of, it just keep right in my head and keep skipping and shit. It just keeps saying, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't know why you niggas waste time telling me this shit. You public enemy number 2. They don't like me either, Kwame. I'm right there behind, and I have no YouTube channel, but I'm one with you all the way. Appreciate it, April. I just don't get it at this point. I just don't get it at this point. These niggas scaring me. These niggas keep telling me their opinion. These niggas keep telling me all kind of shit, and I'm just like, man, I'm okay. I'm okay with anybody not liking me. I'm okay with that. But what I see now is that it's the niggas that don't like me. They go, and I said it's all about who we like, and I love that you guys are proving me right. The niggas that claim they don't like me, they come to my chat. They say, I don't like you no more. I used to enjoy your messages and that. I think you this and this and that. Okay, my brother, thank you. Whatever. Go on about your business. That's cool. Salute to you. They'll go to everybody else's chat. And every YouTube, look at him, y'all. Every video he crying. I don't like him no more. But they watch videos all the time and say negative stuff all the time. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was so right. That it's all about who we like. And the moment they don't like you, that's the moment they show you the most attention. So that would explain why so many YouTubers are saying things for this shock value that are just jumping out the window, calling women B words and turning into the villain. Kind of when Floyd Mayweather was Money Mayweather and he was touching them up with the hands and moving, nobody understood that. But I mean, when he was a pretty boy, he was Pretty Boy Floyd. He touching you up and moving, nobody understood that. But when he turned into Money May, guy throwing money at you, talking crazy to you, then you're tuned in. So everybody's turning into a villain because that's what we like. It's all about who and what we like. And metaverse is coming. I'm addicted to my phone. I was with Angela Stanton the other day. I'm on YouTube. I don't want to hear this fucking shit they got to say. I'm on YouTube. They're like, damn, you addicted to YouTube. I'm like, oh, shit, let's put this shit down. You take a girl on a date, she on Instagram. Strolling, waiting on another place you take her to that somebody else said was a nice restaurant. Instead of her doing her research or y'all finding something organic, she want to go where her favorite celebrity take a picture at. I think a lot of these people look at their favorite celebrity page, and wherever the fuck they eat at, they tell a man, take me over there, you broke ass nigga. You can't take me to Fago Day Child, bitch. You can't take me over there with Fago Day Child where the celebrity go. Then fuck you then. You ain't nothing but a broke loser. Is that what happened? Hey, boy, look here. All us, we gonna have to tape our wallet to our mouth in a minute, boy. Not me. I ain't gonna have to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna steal me one of these rich girls. I'm gonna get me one of these rich women. And I'm just going, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure is. Somebody told I'm fucking dead. Yeah, sure is. Mm-hmm. We are one. Shout out to you. Country boy, what's up? Detroit loves you, Kwame. I love Detroit. They'll beat your ass in Detroit. I keep saying that because, boy, look here, it's true. Anybody from Detroit know that, boy. Lord have mercy. They go fight. The song that come up when I think about Detroit, and you done fucked up, and you fuck around because you got to go through Detroit at some point. You think it's over. That song, they're gonna find you and make you ready or not. Here they come. Oh. Boy, look at here. They gonna find your motherfucking ass. Lord have mercy. Detroit don't play around, boy. No, sir. Ready or not, here they come. You can't hide. You done got booked at the goddamn club that the motherfuckers that's looking for your ass is at. You literally done pulled up at the function. That go be your damn grave site. Allegedly. I think I snapped. Allegedly. But you done got booked at the spot you should have never came to in Detroit. You done fucked up, boy. I promise. In Detroit, you done as soon as you land, you done fucked up. Because everybody know. Yeah, they're gonna beat your ass in Detroit. That's all I got to say about that. Detroit women are loyal though. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I don't know nothing about that though. I don't. Boy, y'all. I'm gonna disable my YouTube for a couple of days. Boy, look here. You done got 4 days. Don't say nothing. You done got 4 days. You almost talk too much, boy. You got 4 days. Let me get to the topic, okay? All right. So we got Caitlyn Jenner, who spoke out about transgender athletes competing against women, against biological women. And there's a lot of controversy around that. Shout out to Gravity Takeout, because I'm going to play his video, and I actually agree with Gravity Takeout as well about how Caitlyn Jenner is a little bit hypocritical, because you didn't mind being the woman of the year after only being a woman for an actual year. And I think that fucks up and disrespects mama's cooking, because my mom went all the way through the process to shape and mold and have me in her bun and not drink and not do coke and not do all the things that can destroy a baby. And she did all the right things to have me and raise me up in the right way. And that's the job of a woman. And only women can do that. And only women can give mama's cooking, that discernment that was ordained by God, woman over children, that nobody else can go against that. We can have our opinions about it. And this is just my opinion. But I think it's essential to have a woman's touch. And that's why God created woman. And although, Caitlyn Jenner said what he said, I do think I agree with him. I stand with him in saying that I do not agree with transgender women being able to compete against biologically born women. There is an advantage, no matter how much you viral it down, no matter what you do. Bone density, the science is still the science. The DNA is still the DNA. You can dig up their bones. So many people can say whatever. You can dig up the bones of these individuals, and it will show that they are biological men, no matter what you do. And so just the scholarships and the records that it's going to break for women, just young girls. Just imagine. And I have 4 daughters. Just imagine that if all of them are playing sports and all of them are trying to compete at something, and then they're all competing against men, don't you think men can sway the narrative? What happens to the guy on the varsity team that never get in the game? And he just want to say, you know what? I'm just going to identify as a girl in high school. And then in college, I can viral down. But in high school, they just can identify and they can play women's sports. They're going to be the biggest, strongest, fastest girl on any team that they play on. So I just want to get people's opinion. After we see Brother Gravity's takeout video, I just want to hit the link. I want you guys to hit the link. And I just want people to not disrespect anybody or any group, but we're just asking. We just want to know, is that the will of the people? Is that what we want? Because what I was taught is that you can't hit a woman. You can't do this. You can't do that because you're a man. So you mean to tell me with my frame, my bone structure, my density, how I am right now, you're saying you can give me a pill that I could take in a wig and I can start fighting women? Is that what you guys are saying? Cause goddamn, I'm finna go fight who the champion right now at UFC? I'm gonna fight Amanda Nunes in 2 years. Who she's on law? Shoot. I'm gonna fight who the heavyweight champion in the women's anything. Matter of fact, I need to go. How much the WNBA paying? What I got to take to get to the WNBA? I got a bad hip, bad knee, but hell, I'm 7 foot, and I know I could just bump into somebody, they're gonna fall, and then I could probably turn and dunk it. What the fuck? Are we serious? Are we thinking about what we're doing to little girls at the same time? That's all I ask people. Are we thinking about, because everything that has a cause has an effect. Are we thinking about the effect on the little girls? The ones that are aspiring to be Ronda Rousey, Layla Ali, the ones that are aspiring to be Lisa Leslie, Tamika Catchings, the ones that are aspiring to be anyone that they look up to. And now they're going to be competing against boys who turn into transgender girls. So I want you guys' opinion. I'm just asking. We have to be able to ask questions. If this is a free society, we should be able to ask these questions and have a conversation about it. Or if we can't, there's this thing called the go along, get along gang that I've been alluding to this entire time. If we can't have conversation, if there's no safe space, if everything is going to be able to be labeled as misinformation, if everything is going to be able to be labeled as toxic because someone else says so, and we can't have the conversation, that, my friend, is a go along, get along game. That's how you control people. Not allowing them to speak and share ideals. That is the go along, get along game. When it's, you can say what you want, but that comma, but is the go along, get along game. This is the United States of America, people. It's supposed to be free for you and me. We're supposed to be able to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what so many people fought and died for. In DC, they got the all-in cemetery. It's soldiers that died for our rights to be free, whether you like it or not. When you start taking away freedoms from somebody, that is a slippery slope. That is a slippery slope that we all going down. We all have the first freedom, and that we should all have a right to speak. And we don't have a right to speak at this point. It comes with a but. Now you don't have a right to your body. It comes with a but. You have a right to not do the donut shop, but now you can't go in any restaurant. We're going to make it to where you can't go in any grocery store. And now you can't have a job. You could be on Section 8, but I think I snapped. If you don't get this donut shop, you and your kids can freeze to death. You can't die of this donut shop, but you can freeze to death because you don't go along to get along. Ain't that better? Ain't that better? R.I.P. Patrice O'Neal. Ain't that better? I'm not going to let you succumb to this virus, but if you don't do what I say and go along to get along, you can't work, you can't eat in a restaurant, you can't have a drink at the bar, but you can go in Walmart. Yeah, you can go in Walmart. Go in there, buy stuff, spend it on them. But you're not going to work. You ain't going to get no job. You can get on a plane. Go and get on a plane. Yeah. It's certain areas you can. Yeah, go and get on a plane. I want you to travel. I want you to travel now. Boost the economy. Yeah, boost the economy. Travel. This shit is a simulation. It's a game. And it's scary how we participate. It's scary how we participate in this game. When we try to say we the people, it's because we supposed to be making sure them over there, they do the will of the people. But they done made that a racist term. Yeah, it's groupthink. That's why they give us so much internet. And when metaverse come, it's over with. The niggas gonna be in their phone. The niggas ain't even gonna look up when they. I done hit my head the other day. I was walking, looking on my phone, looking at something. Bop! Bust my goddamn head. So it's gonna be more car accidents. It's gonna be more people getting run over because they're gonna be buying property metaverse and shit. They're gonna be driving their car, looking up metaverse stock, running into motherfuckers. Allegedly, I think I snapped. Buying goddamn on pornos on metaverse and driving. But let's get into this video, man. Shout out to Gravity Takeout. Let's listen to what Caitlyn Jenner said. And let's listen to Brother Gravity Takeout. Salute, Gravity. Let's play this video. You on? Let's keep it going.
And so, you know, this is a person who was, when they was formerly known as Bruce Jenner, had won some Olympics and really understands the hard work and dedication it takes, understand the work that these women put in. So, you know, you're kind of advocating for, you know, those women and being able to compete with other women and not someone that was born a man that transgendered themselves to a woman or turned themselves into a woman. And they're able to come over and dominate the sport. Now it's a swimmer over. A transgender woman came over and is dominating the swimming sport right now. You know, I'm not really sure the particulars because I don't follow swimming first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, Caitlyn came, spoke out about it, had a lot to say, and was really, really stern on believing that a transgender woman shouldn't be able to compete in women's sports. Now, to you, Caitlyn Jenner. Now, I'm not saying. Let me get my opinion first. You know, I agree with Caitlyn. I don't believe if you're born a man, you know, you should be able to, like I said before, imagine this. You know, imagine in the world, you know, in your household, a man cannot put his hands on a woman, right? A transgender woman shouldn't be able to go get in a boxing ring and box with women. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a born man can go just throw hands with a woman because he changed his gender or whatever the case may be. That sounds crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, if we're going to talk about Caitlyn Jenner, just a spinoff. I just feel like it's a small contradiction in a way as well. You guys know how I feel about the situation, but for Caitlyn Jenner to say it, it's good to see because they're in that, you know, because Caitlyn is in that transgender community and can speak for the essence of what it is to be a transgender woman and how hard the women take to dedicate themselves to a sport. Caitlyn Jenner can speak more for the community and understands what it takes to be a transgender woman and understand that you're still masculine in ways, or you still have an edge over the women that's competing and the other women that's dedicating themselves to the sport. He felt as though, or she felt as though, it's doing unfairly to the sport.
Your reaction to the decision?
Disappointed. Basically, the NCAA just kicked the can down the road, and it's unfortunate. I am there to protect women's sports. I mean, we had this issue in Connecticut with some high school athletes, transgender athletes, that were just cleaning the clock of all the girls, and the girls missed out on some opportunities. I don't know why the governing bodies of many of these different organizations are so intent on getting
the clock.
such a small number of people. I don't know of any other transgender swimmer that's out there. We're talking one person right now. And it is having such an effect on the entire sport. What?
My only problem is with Caitlyn Jenner. You know, I'm glad you said it, but it's a contradiction for you to say it. Now, you won Woman of the Year. If I'm not mistaken, Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year and accepted it. Never gave it back. Never, you know, never came out and said, you know, I wasn't born a woman, so I can't win this award. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I never heard Caitlyn say this, right? How could you, Caitlyn, win Woman of the Year? Right, and it's real women that was born a woman to put the hard work in, the dedication to be a woman, you know, all the, you know, the bearing of life, you know, the holding down a household, so on and so forth. The things that women do that we love in a woman, you know, everything that they was born to do as a woman, and they've been their whole life. That's that hard work and dedication, right, Caitlyn? That's that hard work and dedication they put in, and was done unfairly when they give a born man Woman of the Year. You get what I'm saying? So, like I say, man, I agree with you as it's pertaining to sport, but I also agree that you shouldn't have won Woman of the Year either, because it's women that done the same thing, to put the hard work in, to be a woman. Every day to be a woman is a tough job, I'm sure, because you have to hold down your household. There's a lot of things that men require out of a woman. I know, at least I'm gonna speak for myself, you know, the love and nurturing of a woman, you know, that is what a man loves. You know, a man loves to come home to a woman that, you know, turn his house into a home, etc. Right? So for you, born a man, to come out and win man or win Woman of the Year, you know, that was a disservice to those women. Now, to get back to the topic at hand, when I see that Caitlyn Jenner speak out and talk about how these transgender women should not be able to compete in a sport with other women, you know, it just goes to show you the world that we in. You know, Caitlyn said something along the lines of,
Straight Talk TV, come on back.
When being woke goes wrong, right? Caitlyn said, this is when being woke goes wrong. I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? This is the country that we're in. It's good for you to be able to see it from the outside looking in, you know, just the average person. Nobody telling nobody what they can be in their world or what they want to be in their world or what they identify as. That's your choice, right? But as pertaining to the world, everybody else, I don't understand why everybody else have to bow to what the world or the agenda.
All right, we're going to end it right there because I see Straight Talk in the back, and I keep going in and out. Let's see if I can get him up here. Straight Talk, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, been a long time. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, bro. How's it been?
Man, it's been, you know how I go, man. A lot of haters, a lot of weirdo stuff, but, you know, taking draws and ass.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I see you turning up, man, on YouTube. You ain't playing no more, man. I told them, I said, they better leave you alone the way you done turned up.
Man, you know, I'm just trying to bring normalcy back to being a man.
Yeah.
You know, men shouldn't have to feel ashamed about being a masculine man.
Right. So what do you think it is that's making all these men so in their feelings and so upset? Like the new thing is, if you agree with another man, you sucking D word. What is all that about?
It's the way they was brought up. It's what they used to hearing. It'll become normalized, popularized to act like that. And I attribute it to the popularization of PC culture. You know, if you hurt my feelings, I want you, you know, like punished, safe space. Oh, you can't say this because it hurts my feelings. I'm offended now. And like so many people are easily offended by basically nothing now.
Well, that offends me when somebody tell me what I can't say and what I can and can't say. That offends me.
Yeah, and
I'm never gonna tell another man what they can and can't say.
me neither. And see, like for a person like me, like my voice, I get so many people trying to tell me like if I don't keep my voice at a certain level, they think I'm mad and I'm going off just by how my voice sounds. But inside my mind, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like I'm nowhere even close to being mad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, see, that's the same thing they did with Brother Penny Hardaway. We not allowed, excuse me, we not allowed to have a full range of emotions as black men. I watched Bobby Knight kick all these players' draws up the ass and do all these things, and I'm like, man, I couldn't imagine if that be a black coach. All the black coaches I ever been coached by had to have their pants pulled all the way up, shirt tucked in, all their beard shaved off. They had to be the prototypical black guy that make everybody comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's why I came to YouTube cursing and screaming and shouting, because they monetize that in black men and other genres. What do you think about that? Why do you think they keep trying to manipulate that there's one type of black man, this docile black man?
Because I agree. It makes them it makes them feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when I noticed that for myself, like when I'm out and I'm around somebody, I start talking, like I can see people get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just by me talking and hearing my voice and the way I interact with people. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a no nonsense type of person in real life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't sugarcoat and hide behind emotions because you know what I mean? That's just how I'm used to dealing with people coming from like a military environment. You know what I'm saying? Because not only was I in the military, my father was in the military, my uncle was in the military, my granddad was in the military. Like, you know what I mean? So I was just always around people that had structure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like growing up, you made your bed before you left out of your room in the morning. You know, it was certain things you had to do, and you did those things every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You come in the house, you take your shoes off before you know what I'm saying, walk on in the house. You don't walk around in the house with your shoes and on my mama carpet and stuff with your shoes on. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? You get
Let me ask you this. If the people uplift the military, everybody respect the military, and I want to thank you for your service, brother, because you are the type of man that allows men like me and everybody else to be able to talk on these platforms and say whatever we want to say. So I got to ask you, if the best type of man is to instill these disciplines in you and people like you that's been in the military, you guys are supposed to be the best form of man because of the discipline, the honor, and the respect that they instill in you. Why would they want to make a society that's the total opposite of the soldiers that they train to respect and protect America?
I don't know. You know, I asked this question the other day, and this is what I asked. I said, how, as a man like me that gets trained by the government to do soldier type stuff, you send me to combat, because I actually went to combat. You know what I mean? How am I supposed to come back home and integrate into this type of society?
That's out of my pay grade. I'm trying to ask you, because they taught you what I feel is the best form of being a man: responsibility, honor, respect. But then everybody else, they kind of train that out of, and then you got to intermingle with that. You're gonna be short-tempered. You're gonna be triggered at every corner.
Yeah, get labeled as a, you know what I'm saying, problem. You know what I mean? So since I've been back home, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? I done got into some trouble since I've been back home, because people say things and they do things and they
Right.
think there's no consequences to their actions. But like I be telling people, like in real life, you would not stand in front of me and say some of the stuff that you say because
Right.
it's gonna be major consequences. I mean, I ain't gonna say you can't say it, you can say it, but it's gonna be some consequences that follow behind what you just said.
Facts. Now I got 2 questions then based on that. This is a great interview because I knew this would be a good interview when I talk to another grown ass fucking man that don't worry about all that goddamn feelings and just answer questions.
I don't live like that.
To a grown man. You know what I mean? So my first question, the shut up and react situation. Now, I never said nothing about dude. However, Mr. Skinny and him got down. I saw your video. You said I'm staying neutral. I'm in the comment section saying I'm staying neutral.
Yeah.
I even told Mr. Skinny I don't agree
that.
with it. Why he dragging me into this?
And you know, I just talked about that last night. And my take, and this is my opinion, I think you was like the gas for the lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Your name is inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
If you're attached to it, it's more incendiary. It got a bigger potential to blow up bigger. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to it was just him and Mr. Skinny. No, it's Kwame Brown, Mr. Skinny. Shut up and react. Like it's bigger. Kwame Brown attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just my opinion.
Man, that's crazy because I'm sitting there listening to him, and then another YouTuber, Monty Woodgrain, he disagreed. Okay, they keep saying I got this go along, get along gang, and I go crazy on anybody who disagree. He disagreed with me. The first video, I ain't say nothing. Disagreed the second, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still ain't said nothing. At what point, well, like, what is it with these men that they got to keep giving their opinions over and over and over again?
I think it's, you know, not all, but it's some, or I'm going to say the majority, they do it out of narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody wants to feel like they're important to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. Some people don't know how to step into a situation and look at it as in when you're the alpha in the situation and you're the beta in the situation. Like me, for example, everything is a rank structure. When you're a private, you're not gonna walk into no room saying anything because nobody's listening to you. You're a private,
right?
You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you a sergeant, you know what I'm saying, sergeant major, you know, like you walk into the room, it's, you know what I'm saying, at ease. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I tell you what, I don't want you to go nowhere. We're gonna let 2 more people on the panel, and then how we're gonna do it is we're gonna let the first person come up and he gonna talk, and then we'll go to you. You give your reaction to what they said, and I'll say something, and then we'll go to the next person. I'll let up. I'm gonna let my brother right here up, and then I'm gonna let King Kush up.
Yo, what up, peoples? How y'all doing?
What up,
What's
King
up, bro?
Kush?
What up? Say, man, I'm just, you know, I'm at work, always at work. You know me, Kwame. I was on here last time, freight trapping.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm gonna be real quick, man. It's just, I don't. That's one reason why, like I said before, bro, I don't get on this YouTube channel stuff because I'm a man, and that and all of that disrespect, bro, they get to me.
Yeah.
You did. And so I ain't in control of all of my testosterone like I want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so let me ask you this. This. How can you get men to like disagree with you without saying those microaggressions like agree with this dude, you D-sucking or you D-riding or you a flunky? Why can't they just simply ask you, hey man, why do you agree with this brother? Let me tell you why I don't agree with him.
You said the key word when you talk to men.
Yeah.
See, you're not talking to men.
Wow.
You're not talking to men. When you're talking to a man, two men can sit down like you said before.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, say, man, you did this to me, you did that to me.
Right.
And I can say, well, how did I do it? Well,
Right.
because da this and that, right? And I can say, you know what, bro? If you feel like, well, my bad, man. My bad.
Because two men can kill each other. So to avoid conflict, I want to hear you. I want to hear you out. I want to make sure I'm hearing everything you're saying. Because if I did something that I might can correct before we get to conflict, let me.
Bro, let me tell you something.
But now, and I think in our society, a man correcting their behavior is labeled you a punk. You punking out. No, it's you just saying, you know what, I was wrong.
Man, let me tell you something.
See,
I try to go ahead.
I think too many times a lot of people are not thinking about how you start the conversation. Like, as soon as you start off the conversation, you walk in there, hey, say, listen to me. Like, I'm already not listening to you.
Right. You're exactly right, StraightTalk.
This is a prime
You know what
example.
I mean?
This is a prime example. You see how I waited to speak? I waited to speak because we all men showing each other respect. You didn't see me just hop in, hey, what's up? And all, hey, up StraightTalk, what's up, Kwame? What up, Straight Trapping? I ain't hop in and say none of that because I wanted to listen and give you guys respect. You know, that's the key thing we lost these days, or respect, man. 40 and older people, we know how to respect each other because respect was shown to each other back in our days.
Yep.
People got to be in keyboard gangsters, number one.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
That part.
People don't understand. People our age will actually find their address and first look up their ass. Yeah, because the 2 minute mark can pass, so I don't gotta watch my mouth. I ain't showing my face. But people will actually look their ass up and ride down on them, or spin the block for real.
For real, man.
Saying these days, but
for real.
Let me ask you this, Kush. What is it? Somebody got an echo in the background. So we need to mute our mic. Hold on, let me mute mine. Well, everybody mute their mic, but Kush. Let's see what happens. Can you hear me, King Kush?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, there you go. What happened with these young men now? It seemed like they playing Russian roulette with their life.
Okay,
I don't know if it's just for IG or Facebook or whatever. Yeah, what is it that where they playing with people to antagonize them to do it?
Okay, back in, if you 40 and older, we weren't really a crack babies. We had the heroin era. You know what I mean? Folks was falling asleep, but they were falling asleep being safe. There's a lot of crack babies that people was running the street. Everybody ain't the crack baby, but the crack era affected mostly black people. And that was by the government. No matter what way you look at it, that was by the government. By the crack era being, going on, a lot of people, parents weren't there.
Oh, yeah.
They grandma and them had to raise them. Our grandma was raising us, but our mom and dad was still there. Maybe been doped out, but they were still there. They mom and daddy was gone. Grandma was too old, too slow, had too many grandkids to raise.
Yep.
So these kids was raising themselves, not being watched over, molested, and everything.
Hold on now, brother. Hey, brother, hold on now. I don't want you to get in trouble now. You saying some things on the channel that people may attack because it sounds like you blaming the households. Now, I agree with a lot of the things you're saying I seen growing up.
I'm not blaming because everybody didn't go through them situations. I'm just giving examples on what affecting the kids of the day.
Okay.
No matter what.
It affected the kids of my day too.
Yeah, but it affected us different because we knew we'd get ass whipped. The day before CPS was going locking everybody up.
Facts. Now, I agree with that too.
Now, by everybody being absent from the home and grandma having to raise a lot of kids or sister having to raise a lot of kids, we basically was raising
I do agree that they took the ability to parent out of the hands of the parents to a certain degree.
Yep.
To a full degree. If you can't go to the school and whoop your kid's ass for cussing out the teacher, what can you do?
Yep.
So,
You
man,
can't.
look here. Let me jump in. Let me say this here. The first time you tell me that I'm wrong for raising my son to be a man,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Either you can come get him or I'll take him out. I'm gonna pull a beloved.
That's what I was told growing up.
I'm,
That's
I'm,
crazy.
hey,
They said that's
hey,
toxic.
hey, I'm a pull a beloved. Y'all remember when Oprah Winfrey, they was coming to get her kids, and she didn't want them to be raised in slavery? She
Right.
straight up say, man, you
Allegedly.
can't. Hey, allegedly. Hey, you cannot tell me how to parent my son.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care who you are. I'm gonna
Right.
raise him as a man. I'm gonna raise him the way my uncle, my grandparents, my grandfather raised me. And guess what? If you do that, my son is 3 years old, man. Let me tell you something. I can have a drill in my hand, and he gonna fall in love with the drill.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
my thing is, and I don't mean to get so emotional about this, but in church, bro, I lead the men, and I tell them, bro, my main objective is to put men in their rightful place.
In the rightful place.
Put them back in their rightful place to lead the home spiritually, physically,
See,
and
people
mentally.
don't realize nature has a balance.
It's a balance.
You know what I'm saying? Nature has balance. And when you throw nature out of balance, the world cannot exist if nature's out of balance. Like if we don't have enough trees on this planet, we don't have enough oxygen. You
That's
know
a
what
lot
I'm
of people
saying?
say they don't need trees. Straight talk. They say they don't need no trees.
Because they ain't really
I take
green.
his trees. I got a lot of trees already. I need some more trees.
I grow trees.
Oh, I got some trees
I
in
grow
here.
trees. I got the best
Say man, they cutting down all these trees. When it flood, where they gonna go?
I'm growing my own trees.
I don't know.
Where the water gonna go? All this concrete, bro. That's why down here in Houston we had flooding because they didn't cut down all the trees.
Yeah,
With Hurricane Harvey.
For real.
The roots can't hold the water in the
Yeah,
ground.
they suck the
I got about
water
50 acres myself. I need to get some more.
Hey, you better stop telling them people that straight talk. They're going to hate you even more now.
Hey, I'm a country boy.
I'm a country
You know what I'm
boy.
saying?
I don't
For
got
real.
nothing.
I got horses.
I'm scared of them horses now. I ain't going to lie to you.
For real. I got horses, four-wheelers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need to come down there ATVing with you. I ain't getting on no damn horse now. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm super deep country boy. You know what I mean? I had to move away from
everybody around my neighborhood got horses.
Anytime.
I wasn't scared.
Yeah. But
But man, go ahead.
Back to what you were saying about before they cut us off, because we can make it too real on here. But back to what you were saying about what happened to the kids. When they got to raising themselves, they lost our respect, man. They lost our respect. People can blame it on what's on TV, what's on the internet. We had Playboy. We had people smoking weed.
Yeah.
We had, X-rated movies and stuff like that. The same influences that these kids got. We didn't have much access to it, but people that wanted to sneak and do it, sneaked and do it. We had fast girls getting pregnant and everything that these kids got. But everybody look at it as a struggle. And why? Because people in our generation didn't get the mental illness help. Because everybody black got post-traumatic stress syndrome. You know what I mean? You ain't have to go to war to get it. But if you've been through some of the things and struggles that we've been through as black people, and me personally as a black man,
to a certain degree.
Yeah, to a certain degree. It's a real war. When our parents had to tell us at the age of 10, now make sure that you don't move too fast when the police pull y'all over.
Right.
You know,
we had to have a code of conduct.
Definitely.
Hey, listen, is that your YouTube page, King Kush?
Yes, that's it.
I'm gonna subscribe, man. Tell everybody how else they can get in contact with you. Follow you on any social media site.
Well, I don't do nothing. I joined this, man, for y'all, man. Actually, I don't join this for Dr. Umar Johnson.
You don't have no YouTube page?
Oh, yeah, I got this. It's King Kush at YouTube.com, but it's two King Kushes, but the one that I'm using is 420TeamLoud TV.
Say it again?
420TeamLoud TV.
420TeamLoud.
Say, man, can I speak on
Man,
that
that must
Caitlyn
be
Jenner
ghetto.
y'all was talking about?
What happened?
Can I speak on that Caitlyn Jenner topic y'all were talking about?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Say, man, look here. Let me tell you something. My little girl just started playing softball. and, and let me find out. Let me find out. Let me say this here. Disclaimer. Man, live your life. Live who you want to be. Be the best that you can be how you want to be it.
Yep.
But when you start transferring over into another gender, and you know you're stronger than that gender, I got a problem with it. You dig what I'm saying? I got a problem with it because now.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, me
what do
too.
you say? What do you
I
say
would
to
end
the
up
people
catching
who
a charge.
saying that it's an even playing field when they viral down?
Yeah.
Dispatch.
Say that again.
What are you saying to the people who saying it's an even playing field when they viral down?
It ain't no way it's an even playing field. You out of your mind. There's something wrong with you when you think if you think some hormones gonna even the playing field from a man becoming a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You out your mind, man. You straight out of nature. You out of line with nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the solution? What's the solution to that? Do they need their own sports arena to compete against each other? What's the solution?
Ain't no solution. Be a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
They banning all this shit that that we
You know what I'm
probably
saying?
use.
Like I got a daughter. I got a daughter that's a freshman. You know what I'm saying? She a desperate this year, and she's running track. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I done seen her smoke dudes and girls. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? So certain sports, I don't really think it matter as much, but I don't agree with it at all because if you born a man, you still have a bigger, like muscular body than any woman. You know what I mean? Muscular structure.
I'm gonna say this straight talk. Look here. Hey, you can't do some. You got to do all. Either we go. Yeah. Hey, if it was up to me, no, you can't come over here. Period.
Yeah.
Because you bigger than my little girl. You stronger than my little girl. You hit harder than my little girl. Your reactions are faster than my little girl. That's just nature. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just nature. So, I mean, that's how I feel about that, bro. But, like I said, it's just some things, bro, that transgenders, they cannot be a part of. They were not built to be a part of.
Yeah.
Live your life as a woman. Do everything you want to do live your life as a man. But at the end of the day, I don't want you walking in the restroom with my girlfriend with my little girl my girlfriend, my wife. But that's you see what I'm saying? I don't want it, but at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. My opinion ain't worth the hill of beans. That's just how I want to live my life.
So let me ask you this. Do you think the government is still doing the will of the people? Or are they playing? There's an echo, right? Hold on. Somebody turn that thing off. Do you think they're doing the will of the people? Or do you think they're playing politics far as joining the biggest group?
I think our government is bought by corporations.
Right.
Join the biggest group, they following the buck.
Corporations run our country.
So it's all about money.
Because in this day and time, I always say this, company policy trumps law in this society. You know what I mean? Because something cannot be against the law, but it's against company policy.
SOP.
Right. If there was
talk, you see it clear now, buddy. I don't know if you were seeing clear like that before, but you see it.
No, I be on it.
You straight talking.
Say, look here. Let me say this. It has been a pleasure talking with you, gentlemen. Talking to men. It has been a pleasure just listening to different frames of thought and being able to accept them and not accept them. Say, man, Kwame, I appreciate you. Hey, man, let's set that panel up we talked about on that riff, man.
Yes,
Get
sir.
with me.
Okay.
Get with me, email me. I want to do that, man. Salute to you guys, man. Y'all be safe. I'm going to get out of here.
Salute to you, brother.
Salute.
All right.
Salute.
All right, let me bring somebody else up. Man, that's crazy, man. Company policies, kicking draws and ass.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Wright, what's up?
Peace, brothers. Peace, brothers. Straight talk.
How's it
Peace,
going?
brothers.
Mr.
King
Wright,
Kush, peace.
salute.
Salute.
Peace, Kwame.
Peace to you, brother. What's up?
Well, I want to salute the panel, and you know, I just want to elaborate on some of the things that was already spoken about. You asked us some real intricate questions, Kwame. I appreciate that. So we going through a lot, like I said before when you had me on, in our community, based around psychological trauma. So a lot of people bring a lot of past trauma into future situations. And, you know, since they haven't been dealt with correctly and firmly, you know, again, like I said, people tend to lash out. When they don't understand things, they don't want to do the homework and the research to get the information so they can learn, you know, discrepancies that they have in life and with other people. So that's why I appreciate you and your platform and brothers like Straight Talk and the other brother, King Kush, you know, because again, you know, when you have trauma, it's ways to deal with it. Lashing out doesn't get it done. Right. So you have to take steps backwards so you can take steps forward. But we just want to move forward and not look back into the things that we never completed in our lifetime. And that now going forward, that give us problems with other people. You see what I'm saying? So that's something we need to work on. You know what I mean? A lot of brothers come at you, Kwame, again, because they don't understand. You stand for something. When you stand for something, you don't fall for anything. So people don't respect you for that, Kwame.
And that's all right, though. That's their choice. So let me ask you this. How do we change things? How do we come up out of the funk? What's the steps that you would take to get information to our people where they can decipher it from themselves? Because I think our biggest problem is misinformation.
Exactly. So the first way you do that is you get with yourself. If you don't believe in whoever's around you, your mother, your father, your uncle, your grandparents, and you start to do your own homework and research for yourself so you can get the best knowledge and information that's needed for you to move forward. So even if somebody don't want to come through you, Straight Talk and Carcino or Self-Talk or whoever else, you start to do your own homework for yourself so you can get the truth that you need. And then once you find that truth now, you make sure you do homework on top of research. And then you make sure that, okay, this is the accurate information that I need, that I can spread some other love to other people amongst you and around you.
All right, Straight Talk, what you got on that?
And I think, you know, look, this is like how I feel like, you know, as a man, we have to somehow change this narrative back that a masculine man is somehow, you know, toxic or bad. Like, being a masculine man has to become cool again. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Buddy. My thing on that question, as not just a black man, but as a black people, and you got to follow me on my statement. I think we got to go backwards in order to go forwards. And the reason I say that, we got to be respected. We got to earn our respect. We got to make our family a unit again, stop all the fighting amongst each other, and try to help each other. Even if we don't help each other, try to help ourselves.
Some of the imagery that the way they portray us in the public.
Right.
But Straight Talk, how do we correct that when they're saying that anytime you call that out, men in dresses, and DJ Knock, I see you up in here. I want to get your opinion on this. How do we correct that, brother, when a man speak up and say, no, men don't wear dresses. Men don't jump in another man's lap. They say you disparaging or talking about another man. How do you address that?
Well, you know, one thing I learned is sometimes you're not gonna like what the leader said. You know what I mean? Like growing up, I didn't agree with everything my mama told me. But at the same time, I did what my mama told me. So say that to say this. Just because you're uncomfortable with being around a masculine man, get over it.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're going to have to make these people respect us. And that's sad to say, or it might sound wrong to say, but at the same time, it's right. We are men. We're not going nowhere. We're going to be here, and you will respect me as a man.
And we the ones that protect women when they get disrespected by the weak men.
You know what I mean? And at the same time, I believe, you know, women deserve the respect as a woman also. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got to teach society that men, you know, deserve that same respect.
Right. All right, DJ Knock, let me get your opinion on this, bro.
What's going on, gentlemen?
How you doing?
Look,
man, this definitely a good conversation. I think at the foundation of it all, we got to really understand how important it is time works. What is masculinity? What is femininity? You know what I mean? And what is reality? You know what I mean? And we've allowed society, we've allowed media to push agendas and making us normalize something really, really new. You know what I mean? It's a phenomenon. And somehow, some way, we got to remember it's a very thin line that we just can't cross. It's like Bruce Jenner, for example. I know biologically he is a man. You know what I mean? He's a man that made a choice to live an everyday lifestyle as a woman.
Yep.
That does not change anything. So when I talk about these people, I call them by their name. I don't say Caitlin, I say Bruce. You see what I'm saying? When I go to a family reunion or I go to a family member's home and I see my little cousins that are actually gay, I'm like, what's up, Josh? What's going on? I give them dap. You know what I mean? I dap him up as a man. I don't care about his lifestyle and how he dressed.
Yep.
This is going to be. You know what I'm saying? You know, when these schools are pushing these agendas and outside of the classrooms, you see decorum of the LGBT flag, this, that, and the other. I make sure that whenever they have community meetings, you know, PTA meetings and things like that, I'm going to be there. You see what I'm saying? Because I want to make sure that my son is protected by his father. You know what I mean? A lot of us grew up fatherless. In America, especially in the Black community, is fatherless. And we don't want to address that. You know what I mean? The women want us to protect them and provide for them and ultimately be good men. However, it's our women that are the #1 supporters, smeared all over television in supporting those who live that alternate lifestyle. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that we really got to get to we got to really touch it at its foundation. We got to do it at the foundation.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think that is? If they want so much protection from men, why do you see some women, Black women, at the forefront of something that is not what a man is?
Well, you got to remember the men incarcerated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the girls, right along with the boys, have not had any solid men in their lives. You see what I'm saying? Even the men that they bring into their homes to actually get into these relationships with, you got to look at it. The men aren't even wearing pants anymore. You see, and the women are more masculine than they are. You know what I mean? Men are so afraid to even be men and to speak up for themselves.
And you also got to factor in that like in the lower class neighborhoods, they have taken the father out of the home, because most of the time for a woman to get help with rent and stuff like that, it can't be no father there. It can't be no male there to get Section 8 or public housing. You know what I mean? So they took the male or the father out of the house in effect. So there's a whole family right there that does not have a male influence on a daily basis.
That's right. That's right.
So can you blame men for that, or are we blaming the system for that?
You gotta blame the system.
No,
The reason you blame the system is because
Right.
there's a whole smear campaign going on against black men. You don't see no positive black men on television these days. Every black man you see is going to jail, got on a dress, or damn talking about something with a snow bunny.
Yeah.
My French.
Yeah.
But you know, you don't see no black man with a family. They smear Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was half of the people in the chat daddy. You know what I mean? We ain't had no father figures in our lives. So who we looked up to? Mr. Cosby. And I still call him Mr. Cosby, even though if he did what he did allegedly, I ain't cool with that. But you know what he portrayed on TV, that was the real man. We don't got that on TV no more. Every black man that got on TV with some power, selling dope or riding around with millions of dollars, some extravagant stuff that the average man that's, you know, going to work 9 to 5 can't do. So now that the black woman is brainwashed to that what a real man got. So if you don't got that, you ain't nothing. If you can't buy me no Birkin bag, you ain't nothing.
And see,
facts.
Hey, you speaking facts right there, boy.
And
For
that
real.
right there
Boy,
is
you
something
speaking
that I'm
facts.
always. That right there is exactly what I try to preach to men. You too have to have standards because you have the ultimate gift, and that is the gift of life. You have the seed of life that you carry within your body. There is no us without men. So to live amongst a society of men that are sitting back, allowing these things to happen is beyond belief. I don't understand it. You have to respect who I am, but I will be a man, and you will respect me as a man. You will not have children with me unless I give you the seed of life. So therefore, you will be thankful for my presence. You will respect me. You see what I'm saying? Just imagine what it would be if men carried the same standards that women carry.
As women.
You see what I'm saying? If you don't have a car, if you ain't got no job, if you can't accept my children, you know what I'm saying? Because I come with a package. If you can't do all of those things, you can't get with me. These are the things that we hear women say.
Yeah.
Men don't feel that way about themselves. So at the end of the day, when do we grow up, unify the same way they do? You see what I'm saying? When do we start pouring love into each other? We can't live, we can't continue to live in this world of excuses and
But
victimization.
but I will say this. It's hard to do that because although I love my mother, she made me the perfect victim for the wrong type of woman. She made me respect this ideal of a woman so much because my father didn't, that I was a victim to a woman that didn't respect what I was bringing. I was a mark. A lot of men are marked that just get raised by a woman because they only tell you what hurt them. And so we, like you said, I agree with you. We have to have men that have standards. It's not to disrespect. It's not to belittle a woman, but the same standards that they ask for, far as you having a job, you may not having kids because it's hard to deal with somebody with kids. But if you're going to accept it, if you're going to expect a man to do so, then you should be willing to do the same thing and understand it that if it's his kids, then it's your kids, the same way they expect it from us. So it's all about respect. Our culture seems to only respect men that have financial wealth. And other cultures I see, they respect men for just being men a little bit more.
Excuse me, brother. So to piggyback off what you just said and the other brother just said, Kwame, like he said about Mr. Bill Cosby, okay, let's go back. Like he said, if you're 40 years or older, when we look at certain sitcoms like Good Times, Florida always stood behind James Evans, despite whatever. The kids couldn't go to the table until he came home from work. JJ had to listen. Michael had to listen. Thelma had to respect it. Even with the Jeffersons, Louise always backed up George, despite what those circumstances was. So we lost a lot of that. We lost it out of that when we moved into the 90s with a lot of these sitcoms, a lot of TV shows. And again, like your brothers elaborated, not to take anything away from women, but a lot of those TV shows gave women what appeared to be independence. And we're not saying women didn't need it, but like Straight Talk just said, that pushed us out the way when they gave up those budgets. So now when you give somebody Section 8 or you give them a budget, it takes structure and stability away from the home. So that young man now grows up saying, I got to be the man. I don't have to listen to nobody. My father's not around for whatever reasons, though that may be, but it still took the structure and the stability away from the home. So now that made the woman feel more independent and take on more of the duty and the role of the man. And again, that's what took structure and stability out of a lot of those households.
Facts.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And that's the thing, you know, if we could actually, we know
Yeah.
that the women have a lot of wonderful, wonderful, necessary things that we need in our personal lives and in our homes and in the lives of our children. The woman's presence is a necessity. It's a necessity. However, we have been, assassinated, period. We
Complete character assassination.
Right.
Yeah,
A smear campaign.
And so the thing is that if we could actually be the men that we need to be, get back to what once worked, not be these keyboard killers, you know, and a part of this social justice, this social movement that they got going on. You know what I mean? It's this, all of this is a social experiment. You know what I'm saying? And we see more and more of our men and our women making us look bad. You see, we got a documentary getting ready to come up on Hugh Hefner, right? Now, it seemed like just yesteryear, everybody, I'm talking about Hollywood elitists, you know, politicians, men and women. Everybody gave praise to the man that actually owns not just Playboy magazine, but the famous Playboy mansion. You see what I'm saying? All the celebrities will go there. So now the man is dead, and we're about to see a second man disrespected who's dead. You see what I'm saying? We wasn't raised like, we don't disrespect the dead. You know what I mean? You talk about a dead person in a man's life, you get the smoke smacked off your face. You see what I'm saying? But now we're allowing media to actually, literally, we watch a whole trial take place a year after social media and a docuseries totally, assassinated a man. No proof, no nothing, no evidence whatsoever. R. Kelly went down. So that says to us that no matter if we're guilty or not, we're going to be guilty before we even get to court, period. And that's going to affect all of us, whether he's guilty or not. We sat back as men, and because we had feelings about him, because we were jealous of his lifestyle, because a lot of men are green. They don't know what it's like to have 4 or 5 women, but some of us have. You see what I'm saying? So because you green and you don't understand what it is, you know what I'm saying? I want to call a couple YouTubers names out. This big time. They're hypocritical. You know what I mean? Because I literally just saw one YouTuber literally come out and talk about how pissed off he was about the Bill Cosby docuseries that starts on Sunday. And he said it pissed him off, but yet you slandered this man. And we know you green. We know you soft. You know what I mean? We know you ain't never had multiple women before. You know what I mean? But you speak up. It's just sad. We out here, we tearing each other up, man. We tearing each other up, and we got to learn how to love and respect and honor one another. Because there's something great in all of us, man. We just got to tap into it.
Well, if I may, you know,
you lost your audio.
Yeah.
Nah, I was just gonna say, man.
So
I just wanna. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Skinny.
Nah, I was just gonna say, man. I just want to make one statement, man. Yo, straight men matter, bro. Like I don't know what we gotta do. I don't know what we gotta do. If we gotta dang on start an organization and get us a treasurer, or we gotta march on the White House or whatever, because man, yo, I don't even understand this, man. And Straight Talk made a great point when he said, yo, company policies is overthrowing your amendment rights. Like, yo, how can you sit up here and even have a debate about this? Somebody that was born a man did not have the proper sex change, and they can compete with a woman just because they say that they want to be a woman. That's an unfair advantage. I don't care. Kwame talked about it the other day on his sports channel or either on this channel about LeBron. When you're competing against time because you will gradually lose the testosterone. So if women are working off of estrogen, how could this here be even fair? Even the weakest man, you know what I'm saying, would have an advantage over a woman as far as in sports. But it goes deeper than that, because whatever the media shows, that's what people gonna go with. I seen Young Jeezy just say that he not even gonna give his child a gender.
What?
He gonna raise his child genderless. And I was like, wow, like not the snowman, but
he told us to trap or die, ain't it?
Yeah, not trap or die. So basically, that's what you gotta look at. Dwayne Wade and all these here people, in probably the next 20 years, it's gonna be a genderless society. So people gotta step up, because shit, I'm a straight male, so I want my reparations. Like you gotta. We need a group. I mean, everybody on this panel is black. So black men is the most disrespected and downtrodden on the social chain. You know, black women got rights.
Mr. Skinny, let me ask you this. How we get that to change? Because so many men, I talk to men all the time, and they don't want to upset their wives. They don't want to upset their girlfriends.
But they not real alpha men. Like listen, Kwame.
Well, it's a lot of them that ain't there.
Yeah, the same way.
How we gonna get a movement started if your old lady gonna say you can't go?
Because me and you gonna go up there, and all us on this panel gonna go up there like you and Angela Stanton. Angela Stanton, RZA Islam. How y'all went up there?
Hey, we're gonna have to start asking women one question.
Are they wet?
We're gonna have to start asking women, do y'all want to be told the truth, or do y'all want to be lied to?
What people don't understand is this goes around in the full circle, because Bill Clinton and Joe Biden, they started this mess. They started the feminization of males by starting that 85% law, truth and sentencing law, and then they took all the men off the street, and then they told the women they snatched welfare and said that they had a bright future program. And what did they do? Take the women who was on welfare and put them in the jail system and made them COs and put them over men.
But see, it goes back to what we were saying. Salute to you, Mr. Skinny. It goes back to what we were saying. What our people got accustomed to, and this goes back to what Kwame been saying about trading the code. It goes back to us always wanting to be entertained and not educated. See, I'd rather be educated than entertained, because as long as you can educate me, my mind can always elevate. But when you want to be entertained all the time, your mind gets stuck on entertainment. So that's why I appreciate you, Mr. Skinny, and everybody else, Kwame, because you guys want to educate. Yes, entertainment is in there, but it's a bigger picture on education. So that's what we need back in the homes, more education. That's what's hurting us. We don't have a lot of education.
I'm talking about.
I want to know who wants to see, because this is what's about to happen. If we let this shit here go, we about to start seeing Joanna Man in real life. Like, who wants to see a man compete in the WNBA?
Hey, look, you laughing, but that's where it's going for real.
And Kwame, I don't know if y'all, how far y'all go back with a lot of this stuff that's been happening with the agenda. But it really bothered my soul to actually watch one of our women get pummeled. I mean, she got beat down to a pulp, literally beaten to retardation. And it got no attention whatsoever. You see what I'm saying? It got no attention whatsoever. If y'all familiar with the MMA, if you go back a few years, Fallon Fox became.
Oh, yeah.
I think I did see that.
Yeah,
Super facts.
Latino dude, you know what I'm saying? That changed his name to a typical, homosexual, a trans name or whatever, because they come up with these weird names. Fallon Fox. It sounds like a drag queen name. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of dig into their history and how all this stuff comes about. But to change your name from some regular name to Fallon Fox and go into the ring and literally beat a black woman into retardation. I've watched interviews of this girl where she has to have someone next to her to kind of, speak on her behalf so that the time won't lapse. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes her a lot of time to actually develop the words. You know what I mean? And nobody is saying a word about it. But if Bruce Jenner speaks, now Bruce gets all the credit, gets the attention. You see what I'm saying? But we got a lot of young girls out here that belong to us have no protections.
Right. But see, the reason why I don't want to demonize a Bruce Jenner is
I won't either.
Because it takes a lot of well, I won't say balls, but it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to speak up, because the true go along, get along gang, there's a consequence for speaking up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So are they going to cancel Bruce Jenner, someone a part of that community who now spoke out and said, I'm an ally, I'm with it, I understand it, but this right here is too far. And so let's already take out opinion on it, because he don't want to put up the good video. Salute to you, brother. What's up with you?
Respect, bro. I just want to say, man, I'm gonna be
salute, Gravity.
Salute to all you guys on the panel.
Salute.
Straight talk, bro. I'm proud of what you're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I remember
already.
I seen your journey, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you, man. But I just want to say, man, to all the fathers, brother, man, don't let them. It seems as though they try to bully us into accepting anything with our young children, our young men. You know, be a man of principle and honor. Stand for something. Raise your child to be a strong young man and don't let them just accept being anything, because if it was up to them, we know the type of direction they want to take our children to. So that's all I want to say, man. I just want to say respect to all y'all, bro. I appreciate y'all panel, man. Appreciate you, Kwame, bro. Look good, and it's good to see black men building together. Love and respect. Straight talk, bro. I'm proud of you, boy. I was reading our DM today, man. I said, man, boy, you came a long way, man. So, that's all I want to say, bro. Y'all have a good one, bro. Love and respect.
All right. Salute to you. Get them security guards, my brother.
You already.
All right, dog.
All right.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Beautiful panel, brothers. Beautiful panel, man. I'm gonna do some.
My thing with this whole movement that they got going on, is why does it always end up at our kids? No matter what they do with this movement, it always ends up back at our kids' feet. Like the whole thing with the Nas thing showing up in the baby search titles and all of that stuff. Like, why does this?
I'm sorry to cut you off, but it ended up at our kids' feet because they know if they catch the kids young enough, they got control of them.
Yep.
See, that's the key thing. And once they control the kids, they got them locked in. It ain't nothing we could tell them, because the first thing they're gonna do is teach it to them on TV. Go to school, let them know it's right, and they accept it at school, and it's wrong if your parents don't accept it. And ain't nothing we can do about it. But that's taking our power away and turning our kids into something that we do not want them to be. Because I don't think it's logically no parent that is happy that their kid turned gay, because they was born, they was expecting the child they was born with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Their child was born
we can't speak for all parents, so we can't just put that out, especially not on YouTube. So
No.
some parents may be happy with that. We don't know, but we can all
allegedly.
That's why I say this too.
Yeah, brother George Megan, what's up, Bishop?
What's happening?
Shout out.
Salute. How's it going?
What's up, bro?
Salute.
Salute, brother.
What's going on, all the brothers on the panel and the people in the chat? I would tell you guys, if you get a chance, if you got a pen next to you, or if you can write in your phone, take down his name, Michael Swift, Fordham University Gay Manifesto. I've been telling y'all this for 3 years. Everything that was written in 1987 is being played out now. And then you can go look up the World Health Organization, the 2030 agenda, what they want to have in place by 2030. Not just inoculations, but also gender neutral, and all of this stuff is happening. They're signing treaties around the world to bring all of this stuff forward. This stuff ain't come out of nowhere. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's something that's public record that they're doing.
Facts.
The problem I have with black men, because since the civil rights movement and the Black Power Revolution, they broke us down to the point where we no longer strategize together. We no longer use logic. Like men are either builders or destroyers, and we become destroyers of ourselves. But that's all part of WS. That's all part of white supremacy. The biggest threat to their system is us. So they want to keep us neutralized. They want to keep us separate from the individuals, not working together for a common goal. So we'll come together and we'll complain about certain things, but we won't work together to bring remedy. You know, me, because I've been on this for so many years. I've been married for 17 years. I come from the crack addicted streets of Philadelphia, gun violence, everything. I've seen it all. I've been married. If I could be married for 17 years, I don't give other brothers any excuse. I didn't have a mom growing up. There's so much things that I didn't have, but I made a choice because I paid attention to certain things. I just think as black men,
you made. Hold on. What you say? You made a choice?
Yeah, I made a choice.
So what do you say to so many politicians and so many people trying to take that choice that you made? And I think that's a very important statement. A lot of times I hear a lot of excuses, and I think we're taking free will and choices out of the equations. What are some of the pitfalls and the things you could have fell victim to, and the choices that you had to make to be successful, so people can know a blueprint on the things that you made, the choices that you made to become successful, and what could have took you down the wrong road?
Well, I'll say this. I started off going down the wrong road because I wouldn't listen to my father. I grew up in I'm a product of I'm a 70s kid, grew up in the 80s, 90s crack era. Locked up at 13, been in crack houses, seen my homie's moms turning to crack whores. So I seen decisions and conditions being made for me at a very young age. When I started studying the Nation of Islam and I went to prison, I started learning the nigga traps, the traps that they had us set in. And I remember my mentor told me 25 years ago, he said, you are held accountable once you know better. Once you understand what it is that they're doing to you, you're now held accountable and you have a choice. I didn't understand that I had a choice when I was still in ignorance. And ignorance don't got an age to it because a lot of our people still sleep at the wheel. But once I woke up, I figured out that I had a choice. I understood that they was bringing the drugs in. Basically, they was shooting us and providing the bandages at the same time. They was creating systems. They was putting systems in place to make sure that black men are inconsistent, underworked, mental health issues. Remember, in our communities, we got a lot of undiagnosed traumas as black men. We deal with intellectual disabilities. That's undiagnosed. It's criminalized. We deal with mental illness. We deal with I'm clinically diagnosed with PTSD. I grew up in the freaking 90s, 80s in Philadelphia. I seen too much, but there's no avenues for black men to come out and express themselves without being looked at as weak. So I'll say this. I understood, I learned what masculinity was. And masculinity was not the guy in the room with the biggest dick or loudest mouth or the most athletic. Masculinity in a man is the man with the ability that can produce based off of his environment that others can benefit from. Not the loudest guy. It's the guy that can walk in the room, observe his surroundings, and produce where other men can benefit from it. He understands legacy. He understands commitment. So for me, the reason why I've been married to a black woman, excuse me, I'm sorry, married to a black woman for 17 years in the climate that's anti-marriage, that's anti-black man, because I made a choice. I sacrifice. I'm committed. I'm raising my son the same way. But that's a choice that I made. A lot of times, white supremacy is designed to keep black men inconsistent. We got a black belt, 58th degree black belt, and complaining about what the white man is doing, but we won't work together. We won't work together.
Right.
The only thing that's going to change it, The only thing that's going to change this, I don't focus too much on the women because I learned something. Women are going to acquiesce to whichever men are in power. And there's groups of powerful men that's creating the system that we complain about now.
Yeah.
The only way that we're going to remedy this problem is for black men to start loving each other. Until black men start wanting for his brother what he wants for himself, my daughters, your daughters, none of them will be protected. Because if we start loving each other, when I'm not around, my daughter got 6 dads. Because we all want the same for each other. But white supremacy was designed to break that up. So we can complain about what the women is doing. But I'm telling you, until we get out of the nigger traps as men, because we are either builders or destroyers. And they know that. So it's easy to look at all the women are out of control because they're supposed to be out of control because we're under control. It's the way the design, that's the way it's set up. She's supposed to be out of her mind because we ain't in our right state of mind. We're men. Right. We're supposed to be competing. So that's all. And I'm not absolving her of anything. What I'm saying is we're going to continue to get what you get until as men who are the builders figure out, listen, unapologetically, I'm unapologetically black. I don't use my history to complain about it. I use my history to empower me going forward. And we gotta learn, like, listen, let our nuts hang and be men. We are afraid, we complain about things, but most of us are afraid to be men. And that's what they've done to us. That's just how I feel about it.
I say they took the bite out of most of us Negroes because the whole experiment, I hate to keep bringing up Terry Crews, but to see a man of that stature, that size, and he let a white brother do that to him, I think that's social engineering. I know another black man would let another black man do that to him.
Exactly.
It's the term toxic male masculinity. They're using that term.
But why do we still have that toxic male masculinity against a black man? I know without a shadow of a doubt, no black man in a club or a bar can walk up to another black man and rub his genitalia without a reaction. Facts. That only happens in a social construct where they tell you that you can't do this or you'll lose something. And that's what he can tell that.
I'll say this, I'm gonna jump off.
That's how Hollywood is.
Yeah, I'll say this. That toxic male masculinity stuff is always going to fall on us because you got to remember something. We already as black men and black women influence the world, not even in our right state of minds, from athletics to all of our inventions to everything that we do. They always they created the standards as to how you should behave, how you should think, how you should walk, how you should talk, how you should dress. And whenever you are a black man and you think outside of the paradigm that they created for you, it's going to be toxic. You are not allowed to be a man. You are a boy. You are Stephen A. Snitch. You have to behave that way. The minute you want to be a man, you are toxic, and they would do everything to turn your women against you. This is a system. So the women are not the enemy. It's groups of other competing men. Because remember, the last point, in our communities, black dysfunction is profitable for everybody but black people. All these immigrants that make money off of you, if the black man wake up, what does that do to their economy? You cannot wake up. It's a well-organized machine. You have to stay asleep, black man. Until you understand the nigger traps, we're going to keep falling into it, man. I'm out.
Brother, tell them how to get in contact with. Tell them your YouTube page or whatever you got on social media so they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, my YouTube page is the George Macon Experience. And I also have a nonprofit, Urban Nerds Worldwide. You can go to my website,
I definitely heard
Worldwide, where we work with inner city youth to bring back science and STEM back to the community. And we're preaching intelligence back into black boys. We deaf to the real nigga, deaf to the bad bitch. We bringing back intelligence back in our black boys. But go to the George Macon Experience channel. We got over 2,000 people in here. The George Macon Experience channel. All right, I gotta go get my boy.
Salute to you, man.
Hey, the feminization of not only black men period, is real. And when I think that the government tries to sweep that under the rug as far as straight men and LGBTQ, because look, if you see how they promote this thing, they'll be like, yo, we're gonna have the gay parade, and you hear all these here straight men talking about, shoot, I'm going up there to that because, man, those LGBTQ people, they know how to party. Like, if you, why would you even entertain going to a parade like that, and where is the heterosexual parade?
You can't do what they do.
But see, Mr.
That's what I'm
Skinny,
saying. Like if heterosexual men want to hook up with heterosexual women, why we don't have a parade? See, now y'all see what I'm saying? Like, yo, and if we speak out, then we what you call that? Either we homophobic or we bashing the LGBTQ community. Like, we can't do that because in a minute it's gonna be like they bashing us. Like, oh, you straight? What kind of dude is you? You straight?
But see, Mr. Skinny, you know what that come from? That come from what Kwame is talking about, like with trading the code and education. Those communities, they get together, they go to all the necessary meetings, and then they have a spokesperson, and then they have people who put their funds together so they can collaborate and put certain laws and cancel cultures in front of us. See, we need to start doing that. So that's why your platform, Kwame, and everybody else's platform that's up here, that's why we got to promote it to the largest degree and educate one another. So when these rallies and these meetings come together, we can meet there for the power structure to be more in our favor, though, Mr. Skinny. That's what's killing us, because we always want to be
when I was
entertained
growing
and not
up,
educated.
man, when I was growing up playing sports, man, you better not see a dude talking about he want to be a cheerleader. We'll be like, man, if you don't get your ass the fuck from around here. But then now, women take up for these here dudes and be like, oh, that's my friend. That's my best friend. Y'all leave him alone, y'all. And so now, okay, men like women. So like Kwame say, it's a whole go along, get along. But everybody think Kwame be talking about the go along, get along. It's just people that's opposed to his view or people in the media. Nah, men go along to get along with women, even though they know what they doing is like, come on, man. This here's a punk, man. Like me, I be like, yo, listen, I don't care who my wife friends is. I be like, yo, don't have LGBTQ people around my son. Period.
Bless you, brother. Bless you, brother. So look, Kwame, I appreciate you having me on the panel. I know you got to make room for other brothers. I truly, sincerely appreciate it. King Kush, Straight Talk TV, everybody was on. Mr. Skinny, Kwame, I appreciate it. Yo, you guys, if you don't mind, you can go check out my show, Final Say TV, and I got another one called Nightlife Notebook. Again, Kwame, when you open up the panel, I'll be back on. Salute, bless you and your family, Kwame. Salute to everybody on the panel. Queen Regina, everybody. Good looking, Kwame.
Same to you, bro.
Salute. I'm about to jump back off in the chat too, man. I just wanted to come up here and make that statement and leave with this statement. Yo, straight men matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to jump back in the chat and smoke this swagger dash.
Talk to him, Skinny. Talk to him, Skinny.
Hey, real quick, gentlemen, before I fall off, Kwame, I sent you something.
Okay.
And there's this book that I've been on the hunt for years. It's called After the Ball.
Okay.
And I could not find it nowhere. If you look on Amazon, you know, for the longest time, I would see on Amazon, this book was almost $800, but they had no copies of it. None of it. Nobody had copies. I literally just sent you a screenshot of the book. Now only one person is actually willing to sell it for $300 something. When do we see books that cost this much? But one of my subscribers actually found one copy that wasn't even on the shelf in the library. It was in safekeeping, hidden in the back of the library. And the lady didn't even want to give it to her. She had to literally take pictures of each page. And if y'all take a moment and look up this book on Amazon, it's called After the Ball. And this is what Brother Bishop was just talking about. See, this has been an ongoing agenda for a very, very long time. You see what I'm saying? And we tripping out here, y'all, and we got to do something. But I'm gonna go ahead and slide off. Kwame, it was great, you know, seeing you yesterday, chatting it up with you, brother. You and Sister Angie, I did a good job, even though the power was cut and all that. It was a beautiful crowd out there. Local news here in DC was lying already. You know what I mean? Trying to make it seem like, oh, it was a bunch of racist white people out there and all this other crazy. They wasn't showing no black people, but
yeah, they cut us off quick.
Oh man, it was a beautiful experience out there. Here, even my son, one white lady gave my son a FJB flag. You know, the F Joe Biden flag, and Let's Go Grammy. And he chose it, and she gave, here you go, young man. You see what I'm saying? There was a lot of love out there, man. There was a bunch of hugging, and people just, it was a lot of love out there, man. I had a good time out there, brother. And thank you for the invite, fella. I appreciate you big time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
But all you gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, man. Touch somebody's heart, man. All right?
All right,
Yes, sir.
appreciate that, DJ. Now,
What's going on, brother?
man, not much, Kwame, not much. I just got on. I love tuning in on y'all stuff, man. Well, your stuff mainly. It's a lot of times you see a lot of stuff on YouTube, and I'm young. I'm kind of like looking at highlights or whatnot, but it's been times like, especially today, I work a double. I work Saturday, Sunday, and today. But a lot of times when I go and work, instead of listening to music, I like putting on Bus Life. I like kind of just hearing y'all. And then with these panels, man, I tell you this, I can't find any other show where you see real thoroughbred brothers all talking positive. And then it's like, I'm young, so the more y'all talk, y'all are like giving me clues, insight over and over and over and over again. And it's like, as a man, if I was to neglect it, like he said, we make our own choices. If I was to neglect it, I would be passing off on wisdom that y'all are freely given. All I had to do was click. And I'm like, man, this can't be nothing but God, to the point that I can just tune in and find clues and hints on society, especially as a young black brother. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's hard. It's hard, especially when you're straight and everybody just, it's like they see you as like you're just some type of criminal. Like I haven't been locked up or any type of issue with the law, like ever. Not to say like, that person been around, but in that same sense, they look at me like a threat, and I don't pose any per se type of threat. But then it's like, I wonder why. Why is it always? And then I got a homie, his name's Patrick. He white dude, man. Dude, cool as all get up, man. We hit Herb together and all that. Like, he cool as all get up, but you see him and everybody's so open and inviting, and they see no threat with this Caucasian man. But when it comes to me and I step inside somewhere, I get the mean looks, the dirty looks. And the sad part is, I mean, as a young man, it's made me kind of grow towards, I need to get used to this. I need to get used to getting used.
Well, let me jump in. I think that's all about the imagery that they put out. I don't think it's all just because you black. I think there's a lot of our leaders, there's a lot of our people that we build up, Vlad TV, Adam 22, all these shows, they show black men in the same light. We build up the drug dealer. We're gonna have another movie that show a black man selling drugs. We're gonna have another TV show that show a black man selling drugs. Everything in our culture bigs up the criminal and the rapper that's talking about killing Negro. We have women saying we want men that got the bodies. So we got to look at what the imagery that we're putting out. Some white people do not interact with black people. There's a place called Delaware and certain places in Utah where there's not a lot of black people. And the only imagery they're getting is what they see on TV. So we got to start changing the black male image. Now, Straight Talk, what you got to say on that, bro?
I think, you know what I'm saying, they try to keep the focus on us black males so much because they want society to keep this certain idea in the back of their mind about a black male. So when something happens to us, or it's a situation to where they can do something to us, they're already automatically perceived as the victim. You know what I mean? Because
they're afraid.
The situation,
so they get from somewhere.
Because what's the first thing they say when they shoot one of us in the street? I was in fear of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're using the media to perpetuate that belief, because every video, every movie, all of that stuff, you know, we are portrayed in a derogatory manner. You know what I'm saying? Derogatory images are normal for a black male. You know what I mean? Like if we show methed out white guys on every TV show, how long do you think them white guys gonna take that before they say, "Oh, wait a minute, hold up now, what are y'all doing here?"
They're not gonna let you get the TV show off the ground. They own the network.
Not at all.
Right.
So,
You know
hey,
what
D.
I
Ray
mean?
Davis, what you got, brother? I mean, unmute your mic real quick. You had a little noise in your background. Hold on.
That's cool, man. This is Duran, man.
Go ahead.
But I wanted to say something real quick, man. Salute to all y'all.
Salute.
Man.
Salute, bro.
Kwame, you probably know my people, DC, man. Derek Coleman. Him and Chuck used to hang out when Chuck played here. But anyway,
Absolutely.
I heard something the other day, man, and it absolutely touched my heart when a female told you, forgot what show you was doing, how much she inspired you, right? And I'm looking, we are a physical person. You know what I mean? Not visual. So you motivated me, man, to do some things for myself. Is like, because we got to have more men out there seeing men do stuff, seeing men get together, you know, and that's what I think. Because you got, my opinion, you got females trying to raise men. They make them crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And they make them feminine. So you got a crazy, feminine, angry dude that's about his dad that's out there running loose on the street that don't know nothing about being a real man.
Right.
You know? And it's not as hard as we think. Because look now. Ain't none of us ever met. I don't know if you guys met each other, but I ain't never met none of y'all. And I feel more close to you, Kwame, than I feel my own brother. You know what I'm saying? I watch you religiously. You know what I mean? Because I listen to what you say, even though the jokes and everything, that shit's hilarious. You know, you can just tell by the people that's on YouTube that come at you that you don't have to reiterate every 5 minutes that you a man to be a man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You do that shit with the work, man. You go out there and recruit young boys. You ain't got to have $1 million to do that. Do that shit in your backyard or in your shed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the more you get, man, the more you teach, I believe, the more they'll want to, you know, get up off that and do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it did it to me, because I got 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? And I'm hard on them, but I'm not hard on them. I let them know I'm here for you, but you can't, you got to represent me and even your mother. So everything that you do, it's a consequence. You know what I mean? You want to go out here and sell dope? Okay, go get you 25 with an L.
And you know what's going to happen
around
with that, right?
Yeah, you did.
Right.
You want to run around here with it, and you really and
not to cut you off, but we got rap songs and movies and
oh
other
man, that's
outside influences raising the
that's
kids.
the thing,
when
man.
you need
It's
fathers
worse.
in the home saying what's gonna happen when you do this. It's okay to do this.
I'm glad
That's
you-
what you're gonna do, but this was gonna happen to you.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I had another point. I was checking out something on YouTube, right? And this young lady had her daughter dressed up, in my opinion, this little baby. Baby couldn't have been no more than 3. In my opinion, like a whore, lashes, makeup, hair all, you know how they do that shit.
Oh man.
And I'm like this, if a man was in that house, he what the fuck is you trying to turn my baby into?
That wouldn't happen.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? What is you trying to turn my baby into? And for you to, and you know, women aren't to blame. They not all the way at fault, man. But they got to stop competing with us. You dig what I'm saying? They done took us away from out the house so long. They like, well, I don't fucking need you. Well, yes, you do. If you don't, they do. My kids do.
The kids gonna always need both parents.
Right. You dig what I'm saying? So if I'm at odds with you, most men say, you know what? I can't deal with this broad. I got to skate.
Yeah.
And that leaves the child, I feel, lifeless, because the man is the backbone. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's more so, man. Keep doing, keep showing them, keep showing them, man, because they gonna pick it up. I swear to God, I wish I was in Washington with you and Andrew yesterday. You dig?
Hey, man,
and I seen that.
I wanted.
And I
Go
seen
ahead,
that.
bro. I'm
I'm gonna say
sorry.
one more thing. I seen that. Angela did something, man. She was at some place, and it was past 11:30 at night, and there was children out there with these drag queens throwing money, and I'm thinking like, where the fuck is these kids' fathers at? That's gonna let another man tell his daughter, pick up your money, bitch. Pick up. I mean, they talking to kids, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, yo, you know they didn't look, the majority of them didn't look like us. But you know, if that was us out there with our kids, we'd have been child protective service. We endangering our kids. It's 12 o'clock at night. They're around here with transgender people throwing money at them and shit like that. So it is so different for us because the majority of us won't speak up. Like you said, T. Cruz, he don't want to lose his job. Well, man, you got some money. Create your own fucking job. How you walk up to me and grab my nuts? Where they do that at, man?
No, sir.
I don't believe, I'm from Detroit, man, but I don't believe no man in no city gonna let that. You know, I'm not even gonna let no man walk up to me that close. Unless we partners or you want to get dab or you my brother or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's more, like I said, I think that we're more of a physical, hands-on people, you know, instead of just talking, because they've been talking to us for years. They gonna give us this, they gonna give us that, they gonna do that. So we so used to motherfuckers talking and not doing and let it fall under the wayside. But man, like I said, when I heard that woman say that to you, bro, I said, you know what? I gotta step my motherfucking game up. Because that touched me when she said, you inspired me. And we need more women like that to listen. We ain't trying to tell you what to do, but you can't be a man. You can't tell me how to be a man. And I can't tell you how to be a woman. I'm not gonna try to.
Yeah.
Because ain't nothing about me gonna be feminine. You know, it ain't nothing about you really manly but your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, man. I salute, man, all y'all. Everybody that was on the panel.
Man.
Mr. Skinny is crazy, man. Mr. Skinny is so crazy.
Shout out Skinny, man. Shout out Skinny.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Skinny. I vote for too, man. The whole gang, man. Y'all are
shout out
hilarious. Y'all make my day all the time, man. Just
we the people.
Keep when you coming to Detroit, man.
I was supposed to go there a week ago, but I'll make something happen. I'll announce when I'm in Detroit.
Yeah, I'm definitely look out for me.
In Detroit.
Yeah, look out for me in the chest, man. Like I say, I'm a man. I done binge watched you for the last 8 months, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, for real, man. Cause hey, I'm so glad you spoke out on them weasels. Cause they ain't men don't do that. Me and them wombats.
Shout out to you. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate it. I'll let you know when I'm in the D. I'll go live from the D.
For sure, man. Cause hey, look, whatever, man. Whatever I can do, whatever I can contribute, and I'm gonna bring my boys out there and let them see what real men do. You know what I mean? Yes, shout out to all y'all, man. I appreciate you letting me get on, man. Keep doing it, Kwame, man. Don't stop.
Yes, sir.
Don't go back quiet on us for 20 years, man. You already done started this shit going, bro.
Yeah, you locked in now.
I got you.
Locked in now. And I always put you on my live. I always traded you on whatever team I was playing with. I might have spared you up a little bit, but you was always on my NBA live, dog.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute, man. I love y'all, brothers.
All right, brother.
Salute.
Hey, me too, man. I ain't gonna lie. I got to go clock into this job real quick. I put some money in my pocket and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
But the go along, get along gang enablers. This right here, Kwame, I feel like you didn't do anything per se involving the go along, get along gang. You shined a light on it. What I see the go along, get along gang as is the enablers of the clamps on society that hold down black men. When you say about like Stephen A. Smith, when he spoke on Penny Hardaway, you know you're not supposed to be doing that. And I'm like, well, why not? If we all men, why not? But because he says as black men, we're not supposed to. And I'm like, hold on. You laid that down yourself. Nobody else said that but you.
Right.
You're one of those factions that pushes that motive on why black men couldn't say stuff like that. Because You're one of the ones that
That's why he
condemns
went to
them
those
for.
colleges. He had to teach that at those colleges.
Tell him why you went to them college, boy. But but in that same sense, it's like that's what you shine the light on. They're never going to be able to throw shade on. But in that same sense, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I wanted to show love, let you know, young brothers, we listening to you, dog, and we taking heed for real, for real. We taking heed. Straight talk. Hey, I like your vibe, dog. I love your vibe.
Salute, bro. What's up?
100. King Kush. I love your name, bro. Hey, but I'm gone, man. Hey, what Kwame say? I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I'm gone.
I'm gone. And let me get 2 more people on here, man. So we can let me bring up everybody that's left. Cause then we can get up out of here. It's getting late. Let me see. We got one more person down here.
Hey, salute everybody.
There we go. We got everybody up here.
What up?
What's going on?
What up, Kwame?
What's going on, bro?
What up, though?
Ain't nothing.
I just wanted to say salute to everybody and salute to the chat, man. It's always having me dying. I've been binge watching you as well for the last couple of months, and I've just stuck with your message. I did understand today that you said that basically they said that you had to go along, get along, gang, but I just believe that you're just a righteous individual, man. Simple as it is, So,
damn right.
That's what he done put on.
But see, they don't understand what I mean by go along, get along gang. They're just trying to piggyback off something I said. Stephen A. Smith basically detailed out what a go along, get along gang is. He said, I would not ever give Kyrie Irving a multi-year deal. Why? Because Kyrie Irving is a superstar basketball player who's been in movies, who's been in all these things that kids recognize. He's more knowledgeable and known than a Bradley Beal.
Okay.
So they can't let Kyrie Irving get away with that because that's outside of the norm of a guy with that much superstardom. He's connected to LeBron James. He's well noticed. So what did Stephen A. actually say? He said to Penny Hardaway, you know better. You've been in movies. You did this, you did that. So he's detailing out that if you make it to a certain level, there's things that you already know that you expected to do. And if you don't do those things, there's a comma, but. You can say what you want, you can do what you want, but they always say that America is free, you have a freedom of speech, but there's a consequence. If there's a consequence, then there's no such thing as freedom.
Right, it's a double standard. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Right. Kwame, I want to say this to you, right, Kwame, before I've been watching you, man, for a while. And man, your mama's cooking is legit, brother. You got the amount of courage, brother.
Bro, for real.
Every black man needs. We are suffering from a lot of illness, brother.
That's a fact.
PTSD, that goes all the way back to slavery, brother. I was on the what's that fool name? Lamont over there. I was on his channel last night trying to break down the illness that started in Jamestown, Virginia with the Willie Lynch doctrine. That's real. Yeah. I didn't realize how serious it was until I actually sat down on a job when I was working and put down 300, added it to 1776. We still living in that condition. We hate one another, man. Brother to brother, if they brought us over here and separate us and divided our mothers, our uncles, our sisters, our brothers, and you pulling a gun out your waistband and you shooting another brother, how do you know you're not shooting your legacy? You're not shooting a part of you. You're not shooting a part of your bloodline that came out with the DNA. Whoever came out with that DNA, they mad at that scientist because now we can go all the way back and for real, trace who we are and what we come from, right? Man, you got courage, brother. I got to say this to you. I played basketball at a high level, brother. When they started calling you a bust, I looked you up. And when you played for the high school, what is the national game? I looked at you. I said, "Shit, this nigga can play." To myself, right? And then I saw all these zeros, right? and forgive me because I'm passionate about garbage niggas. When I heard all these people that was passing comment and can't play mumbling peg, I said, you really should shut your mouth. Now, Stephen A. Smith, that's a coon, right? It's right-eating nigga, man.
Kwame, bro.
Don't
And
turn
I
your
need
back
to
on no
Kwame.
nigga like that.
Bro,
Don't go
salute to you
nowhere
for
with that
calling
nigga.
out all of the Weasels, especially
Look, man,
Sterling
that's
Down,
the
bro.
nigga
This
that
man
you
is
supposed
not
to have radar on from jump.
He's not it, man.
You are not supposed to turn your back on no nigga like that. Don't go nowhere with the nigga. Listen, man, don't go to no party with that nigga. Don't sit down no bar with that nigga.
He'll
He
sell
gonna
you
tell
out quick.
right in before they get the news, he'd have turned you in. You see,
That's a fact.
man, they don't know the definition of a bust. And I was on FY Sports, and I told them, I said, guess what, man? And they was trying to talk to me. I ain't make the league, and all. I said, that's cool. We're gonna table that for a minute. But what we're gonna do? Put all of the people in the chat, put them all together, their minds together, and they won't come up with $60 million. If you lost some money in your travels, they won't be as successful as you are. We got a hatred in our community. This brother played in the league. You came from a free lunch program that you said you ain't have no. They try to chop you down to what your daddy did. Your mama did a hell of a good job. You got some soldiers around you because I heard you talk about your brothers. So you got some soldiers. So table that.
That's why there's no way possible this man could ever be a bust.
How the hell are you going to be a bust, man? You played 13 years in the league.
Bro, I was going to say the same thing,
listen
man.
to me, listen to me, brother. The NBA, Mr. Straight Talk, is a corporation. Don't forget it. It's a business first. People went into the stash where the cash is at and got the money out and paid this brother. I'm 55 years old, so I might be like maybe 15 years Kwame Senior, right? And I come up in D.C. when they put and take John. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna call him John Q. Public, Kwame, right? For the sake of argument, it take them 40 years to try to destroy us, man. They was trying to destroy this brother. Why was Stephen A. at them colleges? To tear black men down. He was going to speak to young black people, man. You see what I'm saying? What was you at them colleges for, boy? You always on a
They don't understand that part. They
Yeah,
don't.
why
was he at them high schools?
Hey, look, all I do, Kwame, I don't have a YouTube channel, right? But when I hear them talking, I sneak in there on their chat. They let me up on the block like here. I chop them up. I got to ask. Hey, look, I got a mama's cooking axe, but not like that one house.
Hey, and that's crazy.
Hey, brother, I did want to expound on what you were saying about going back to Jonestown and our history and where we are today. Well, the thing about it is we so disconnected. We don't know where we come from. So as we lost as far as having something to stand on, having something to represent. And they push a narrative, they push the image of us out in the media, out in the world, that what we think is our culture is being thugs and being gangsters. And then you got the music, and then like Brother Kwame said, you got the movies and all this other nonsense. And then you might get a brother like me. I was raised in a single parent home. I got two brothers, you know what I'm saying? And when I grew up, when I was around people that looked like us, you know, they always called me a white boy because I never sagged my pants and I didn't say nigga every 2 seconds. So it's like we don't even have a connection within each other as a community. And that's one thing, Kwame, I've been watching you as well, man. You speak on some real good stuff, bro. You keep me laughing, but at the same time, it's some real jewels going on. And so I just feel like we keep pointing the finger at white people. Like it start with us first, you know what I'm saying? Like until we come to a stop of hating each other. Yeah, that's what it's gonna take, man. And
look, I'm not gonna be long today because I can be long-winded, brother. I appreciate you letting me come up. I've been listening to you for a long time, brother. Keep your head up, brother. Stay strong. I wish I could have played with you. Because see, when you got a shooter like me and a big guy like you, we gonna take care of some business out there. I saw you playing, and you were running a pick and roll from like the free throw line, and the guard wasn't all the way to the wing. All he had to do was flip it to you. And I said, how this dude, and I kept watching you, and I said, how this dude gonna be a bust?
Swagger dash.
And the whole thing about it is this.
Man, it's that haterade.
Situations, you gotta be put in the right situation. And the last thing I'm gonna say, brother, that transgenderism and genderism and all that stuff that you talking about in this title, we used to worship.
Keep the men with the men. Keep the
We used to
women with the
worship Bruce
women.
Jenner, and he was a white guy, right? We used to worship him in the neighborhood. Man, we went to the field and cut a track, and we was use the stick and jump over the football goalpost. That's how much he inspired us, right? So that's a man. That's not a woman. And for them to allow men with it's the body mass,
Physical structure.
bone structure don't change.
And Bruce Jenner won Woman of the Year.
Everything that you get athletically, it comes from your ability to get oxygen to your blood. Your lungs have to work. And men got long. They had a MMA fighter, right? He was in the military. This dude had muscles coming out his neck and everywhere. He was doing MMA as a man. They was beating him up, beating him through the cage. He said, I can't deal with my manhood, so let me go ahead and get this sex change. And now,
wow,
Charlie swole up, beating up on him. You understand? We are in a terrible condition. And as long as we don't have conversations like this one and more like I see you having, brother, you got to stay strong, brother. Because you indirectly smacking them in their face. So let me tell you, you are under the gun. They are watching your every step. I'm not trying to cast no dispersion in your mind. I'm telling you, keep that.
Mama's cooking.
No, but could I elaborate? I'm gonna tell you what you don't know about. But
can you elaborate and say salute to Straight Talk TV? I was actually in high school.
Finish up, brother. I'm
salute, brother.
Look,
okay,
man.
salute. Well, you have a good day, bro.
I heard you talking about Geechee, Tommy, right? Kwame, right? They don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave now. But you just stay strong, brother. I'm gonna keep looking at you. And look, don't worry about them punks on the other side. That's my job.
Kwame, and the thing
I
is,
ain't
too,
got nothing to do.
Hey,
look,
we was talking about
in 2012, Kwame. I'm 55, right? I've been retired for 10 years, right? So when they came up here with the YouTube and they attacking us, a strong brother like you, I go in their chat and hope they have something like this and come on up there and I'll give them hell. I can come on. Hey, look, man, I'll give them the blues because I ain't got to go to work. So they come up late. So look, man, keep what you're doing, man. Stay strong. And look, anytime you want to have a damn beer, hey, man, you grown, brother.
Damn right. All right, brother, go.
Hey, y'all be good, man. Be safe. Hey, Straight Talk. Keep what you're doing, man. I follow you every now and then too, but I can't follow everybody. But I'm gonna start watching you a little bit more, and I'm gonna stick with my man Kwame Brown. Hey, man. Hey, put that bus. Hey, put that bus up. Shoot, man. Put that in the trash can, man, and get you some good killing food.
Hey, Kwame, you'd be surprised how many coons is in all kind of industries though. I'm a nurse, right? I've been a nurse for almost a year, and you
salute to you, brother, for being a nurse.
Salute to your patience, my man.
Hey, I'm a travel nurse, man, and you got a platform where you bringing all these brothers together. And with the first point, you'd be surprised how many other cool brothers, because there's not a lot of brothers in the nursing field. It is, but it's not. It is not, and you'll be surprised how many brothers are kissing white zaddy's ass in this medical industry.
You ain't gotta tell me.
You feel what I'm saying? And then when we was talking about the positive black male image, back to what my man was saying, I think it's Jamal. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, you good, brother. Just Mel.
When I told cats I wanted to be a nurse, bro, niggas laughed at me, man. Niggas was laughing at me because I said, you know what? I need to figure out how to get up out this hood and how to make this money. I went to school for 11 months, fam. 11 months changed my life.
Right.
Now I can make anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000.
And you didn't have to dribble a basketball to do it.
Exactly. You didn't have to do that. And this is how you promote positive black male images.
Exactly.
11 months of education. And guess what? I went for free. It's always ways to level up. You got to want to level up for yourself, though, bro.
And we have to
level up for themselves, bro.
Not to cut you off, brother. We also got to start.
We got to start pushing the stuff that's going to get us locked up and killed.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I think too, bro? And to piggyback off of Mel real quick, all I see on social media, to be honest, I feel like one of the biggest problem we got is I feel like we hate ourselves. Like we try to change ourselves way too much. Like if you look, and this is from experience, half the people you see on here, the reason you don't see them in person because they look nothing like it. The hair, even the dudes. I didn't see dudes go as far as put the bodysuits on, man. When I seen the bodysuits and how they was going on webcam, like it's getting crazy how much we hate ourselves to the point where you'll change your entire image.
Right.
And it seems like it's more of us trying to compete with us and trying to
Exactly.
be like them. It's like why? It's like we're all in the same spot, right? Why don't we
Yeah.
all get out together? It's like we all. It's like it ain't crabs in the barrel no more because crabs in the barrel they hang on. That's all they do.
Right.
We literally pull each other down. I can see if he's holding on to people and bring people up with us, but bro, like the social media, man, I feel like when the dads came out the house and the social media and the entertainment came in, that's what
replaced our fathers right there.
right there.
Absolutely,
They got rid of the fathers
100%.
and put that TV and them laptops and them iPads in their face, and that's the parent right there. That's the parent.
Absolutely, and they
I
making
definitely
it
agree.
seem like it's so bad to be masculine now. Why is it
Bro.
bad to be masculine? We live in a society where
Yeah.
if we competing, if we men, we want to go out here and we even think a woman beautiful, want to give a woman a compliment. Oh,
Yeah.
me too. This you're not supposed to do that.
Oh yeah, you can't get compliments and stuff out no more these days.
Oh, they be like,
Absolutely not. They gonna lock you up.
I'm like, damn,
Listen,
I'm trying to
Mess
say,
around and get a harassment charge.
I told a girl she had some. I tried to tell a girl she had some stuff in the back of her pants, right? I mean, Wawa. She like, all right. I'm like, excuse me, miss. I got it, man. I'm trying to tell. I just left it alone, bro. I'm trying to tell you got something on your pants. And you think I'm trying to talk to you, and you cussing
right,
me out.
I'm trying to get directions. I'm like, hey, you know what?
Man, social media,
was
it's a motherfucker. That's what it is. It just turned like it has people. Some people, I'm not gonna say all people, but like some people can't think for themselves. They can't use their common sense. For example, me, like I understand that if I stay in my lane, I'm not worried about somebody else's lane. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You do what you're gonna do. So like, I don't really understand when people don't mind their business, but that's just what it is. But like I was saying earlier, I was in the military academy for 3 years. I was a staff sergeant, and I feel like that was the best thing that happened to me because I was in the ROTC, and that's why I wanted to salute you, Straight Talk, and the whole panel.
So salute to you.
Appreciate your service, brothers, both of y'all.
Appreciate it.
Mama's cooking is contagious, and we understand it, and we see these weasels, especially Charlemagne, the lesser charge, who will be in the dress with his wedding ring on and stuff like that.
Man, imagine what his wife said when he come
they
home.
don't represent
Every
like
day.
real masculinity or men, black men. You feel me?
Right.
And like that's all I'm gonna leave it as.
But
We
that
understand.
just show you how bad brothers want to be famous so bad that you willing to
Yep.
compromise your own dignity,
Your morals,
your own
everything.
dignity for a few dollars.
Everything.
For
bro.
a few dollars, though. You dig
And
what
they
I'm
make
saying?
it, they make it seem so extravagant and much better than everybody else. But the thing about it is, every neighborhood I lived in, there was regular people in there. There was male men and their wives. There were dentists. There were doctors. There were lawyers. There's regular people that are not celebrities that live in these same neighborhoods. So they over amplify this celebrity, and it's not that big of a deal.
Chris Rock said he used to live next to a dentist. In
Right.
his neighborhood. He said they didn't run his specials.
I'm trying to tell you, cleaning teeth is big business.
So it is. Hey, Kwame, they paying nurses in Minnesota right now $275 an hour.
Wow.
Just to get on the plane to go because it's such a shortage, right? I tell brothers on my channel that this is the bag right now. Stop looking at it as it's a labor of love. This is a business. If you can take a little bit of death, if you can handle a little bit of blood, you can even go be an LPN in 8 months and make a bag. When I was an LPN, I was making $3,000, $4,000 a week. That's life-changing money to somebody who ain't never had no money.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all you got to put in that work. It's all kind of money out here. Before that, I was a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want the bread, all you got to do is really apply yourself and stop worshiping celebrities. Stop watching these people put on these dresses and telling on people. Listen, they're not going to pay your bills at the end of the day. They're not gonna
You
pay
don't
that
know
at the
you.
end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Real.
they don't know you.
Hey,
bro,
I take great life.
hey, y'all.
I take a cruise once a month, and I ain't never had to put on no dress.
Hey, y'all, I want to salute to everybody that's been,
Me
that's
too.
been
I'm
up
gonna
here.
hit
And salute
this
to the
text to
chat.
everybody. Yep.
I got to get ready to run pick my son up from school.
Yep.
So, hey, I appreciate everybody.